everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and I am going to show you guys my meal plan before we hop into the grocery haul. So I started doing something before we left for vacation. I ended up extending our meal plans out, and I ended up not even going grocery shopping the last week before our vacation because I ended up going grocery shopping about every 9 to 10 days is how it worked out, and I loved having it done like that. It really helped me to use up the last few things in the house before I went grocery shopping again, and I feel like it's totally changing just a big habit I've had. I always would pick the same day every week and go on that day, doing it as just when we're starting to run out of things and we're getting desperate, and then going grocery shopping has definitely helped with the spending aspect of it. And so this week I planned out to have 2 weeks worth of groceries. It just ended up working out that way because I found a couple of things on sale and a couple of things will stretch out to next week. I already had kind of planned for about 10 days worth of meals, and it's gonna definitely be 2 weeks worth now. I have one hesitation with doing it this way. Most likely I'm gonna save money. We'll definitely have less waste, although I don't feel like we waste a whole lot anyway, but it will definitely help with wasting even less than we wasted before. And it will cut back on the budget, but it will mean I will probably not have a grocery video for you guys every week. If I'm going every 9 to 10 days, possibly even every 2 weeks, that means I won't be filming a video every week, and that means every Monday you might not see a grocery haul video. So I'm thinking I'll do more of the meal plan with me's or recipe videos when I don't have a grocery haul video for you. So I'm definitely planning on not having a grocery haul video for you next week, but I will have a meal prep video for you next week, prepping the stuff that I got today. So I've been really liking the system where I go when we're absolutely getting desperate for groceries, and it's usually a little bit longer than a week, and this time it hopefully will be a little longer than 2 weeks, and we'll be super desperate and have to get some more groceries. But going along with that, I'm also doing meal prep usually the same day I grocery shop, or I plan on doing it the next day. Either the next day is a weekend, or the next day is a day that Olivia's in preschool if I happen to go grocery shopping with her. And in this case, I went grocery shopping on a day she is at preschool, and I will do the meal prep this afternoon. So it'll be done shortly after I buy the groceries, and I found that has really helped too. That makes sure we're using up everything, and it's making dinners a whole lot easier to have just certain things chopped up, certain steps of the process already made. And so I changed up how I organized my meal plan itself. I'll talk about that in a second, but first I spent $201.78. I got a couple of things that will extend the meal plan out, and also I ended up needing a couple of higher priced things, like maple syrup is kind of high priced, and we're also making beef jerky this week, so that was $10.03 for that beef jerky meat. I'm gonna walk you through my meal plan. First up, I have the dinners all lined out here. A lot of nights I plan on having with leftovers, like the shrimp fried rice is carrying over from last week. I ended up being able to extend last week's groceries because I ended up using one of those chicken pot pies for 2 nights, and so that ended up extending. These are left over from last week, and so I have some zucchini we're going to use for that. And then this is where the new menu starts, and we could have lasted going grocery shopping in 2 more days, possibly 3 days, but I ran out of lunch stuff, and that's been the deciding factor in the days that I go grocery shopping. So this time I stocked up on lunch stuff, so I hopefully won't run out. As far as lunch stuff goes, I'm talking about the things I pack for Johnny's lunch. So I can pack him an apple, baby carrots, and a peanut butter sandwich with a granola bar. I get the granola bars at Costco, but everything else I get at the grocery store, and I have not bought enough to last us longer. So that was the deciding factor. I ran out of apples and baby carrots, and so I had to go grocery shopping. I went ahead and got 2 weeks worth while I was there, even though I could have waited on the dinners at least a couple more nights. So I put all the dinners here, that's 7 dinners. I have lunch ideas for me on this side. So after the lunches, I have a prep section, and these are the things I'm planning on meal prepping. Some of these will be prepped today, and I didn't thaw out some of the meat, like the grilled chicken. I don't have that thawed out, and so that'll be a different day that I make that. Also, I'm having a ladies' night this week, so I will be making brownies, but I won't be making those today because that's later in the week. I'll just make those the day of. And then down here I have a snack section. It's just some healthy snack ideas and some things that I have already prepped. I had a few bananas left last week. I went ahead and chopped those up and froze those so I can put some chocolate syrup over those. That's the last thing on the list. I also have cinnamon apples. Olivia wanted those, so we prepped those together this last week, and I cut up all the green apples that I had, and I got 2 of those big containers full of them. One of those is in the freezer, so we can thaw that out whenever we want that. And then also carrots and hummus. I still have lots of hummus. We have lots of leftover fruit we need to go through. I have like a watermelon and a half. I'm about burnt out on the watermelon. And also I wanted chips and salsa, so I got stuff to make guac and salsa, and I also bought some chips, and then they also have pretzels. And there's things like crackers and granola bars and stuff for snacks as well. I also got grapes for snacks. So I'm just trying to stick with more healthy options, and it takes a little bit of thought to make sure that we're, you know, sticking to the healthier options. So moving along to the next week, I ended up adding this meatball subs on. My plan was to have one dedicated week of meal planning and then a couple of things that we can use for the next week, and then I can go grocery shop. And so I kind of started where I'll have to go grocery shopping. I'll have to like run out and get French bread if we're doing meatball subs. And so I have things prepped to here, and then, you know, things will stretch out. Spaghetti might be 3 nights worth. Some of these lunch options are things that I don't have supplies for, like the spinach artichoke potatoes. And I already started like a prep list for going into the next week. So I'm thinking I could stretch this probably like I'm used to doing, where it ends up being like 9 days. Oh, I also have a sushi night on here too, so that'll be another day. So this could probably be 9 to 10 days, 11, 12, 13, and that gets me almost through a whole 2 weeks. I planned accordingly, buying the bread, baby carrots, and apples. Those are really the determining factors of when I have to go grocery shop. So anyway, let's go ahead and walk through the things I have planned out. I still have the shrimp fried rice and leftovers, and this one is actually something new, Rucker John's grilled chicken. It's something I had when we were in North Carolina. Rucker John's started in North Carolina. It's a restaurant, and I don't know if they're anywhere besides North Carolina, but they have this just amazing chicken. I think it's called Santa Fe chicken. It is a grilled chicken, and the chicken itself is marinated in just such a beautiful sauce. It's sweet and tangy. I'll have to try to come up with a marinade sauce for that. I think it had honey in it, so I'll probably put some honey in there with maybe some soy sauce. And then on top of the grilled chicken, it had black beans, corn, cilantro, tomatoes, green onions, and sprinkled cheese. And so it was just something that I thought was phenomenal. We ended up going there twice, and I got the same thing both times, and I want to make it at home. It was just so good. To go with that, we'll do broccoli and sweet potatoes, so that'll be 2 nights worth. I still have that Trader Joe's beefless ground beef that we never ended up using. I froze it, and so I thought I could make tacos and add zucchini in with that, and it will be a meatless, and it would probably stretch to 2 nights. But then I also thought I could mix the beefless ground beef with the regular ground beef to make just 1 batch of meat, because I have on here taco meat, beef and beefless. And I thought if I'm prepping it, I should just prep it all together. It takes the same kind of thing with the fajita seasoning. And so we're going to be making a Mexican cornbread casserole with part of that ground beef, and then we'll do the tacos or tostadas or maybe both. And I think this could probably stretch to more than 4 nights. And the thing with the beef, after I cook it and season it, I can throw it in the freezer and it will be just fine. That's something that I can stretch and have one of them 1 week, one of them the next week, or leave a few days in between and have it so we're not having Mexican 4 nights in a row, or maybe even more nights, depending on how far that can stretch. And then moving to the next, I've got spaghetti, and this is just going to be veggie spaghetti, using up whatever veggies we have. We also have the option to do wings and fries, and I want to do poutine fries, which is cheese. It's usually cheese curds, but I'm using the dairy-free, so I just bought cheese slices for that. I could also use that sprinkled cheese as well, and also gravy. So I bought beef broth to make the gravy for that. I'll just make that from scratch. And then I don't have a whole chicken for this air fryer whole chicken, but I wanted it on the menu plan so I can buy a whole chicken next week, and that will definitely be at least 2 nights worth, probably more than that. And then we'll do meatball subs. And so I'm thinking after I reach this point in the menu, we will start grocery shopping again. I hope you guys like this setup and explanation. It just seems like I am always having more recipes than just the 7 days that I plan for. Even when I'm planning in leftovers, it seems like I'll have like 3 days of leftovers here, 3 days of leftovers here, and I always have more than 7 days worth. It was just so enlightening to shop and try to extend the groceries as long as humanly possible. It made the budget for June awesome, even though, you know, we went on vacation one of the weeks, so it was already going to be a really good grocery month. It was even better because there was one week I didn't grocery shop because I extended all the groceries, and it just worked out really well. It definitely changes things up for this channel, but I hope you guys are excited. It means I can throw in more recipes and meal prep videos for you guys. And going back to up here, the freezer meals are the ones I prepped last time with cilantro lime rice and the cut up grilled veggies or sauteed veggies. I still have, I think, 2 of those, possibly 3 of those in the freezer. I much prefer prepping just parts of a meal versus prepping the whole meal itself. I find it really boring to go grab one of those versus if I had just the supplies prepped and I make it myself in a different way. It seems new again, where that one seems really boring and lame and I haven't really used them all. So I found that, you know, just prepping pieces of it has helped tremendously on the boring factor. But anyway, I talked forever. Let's go ahead and jump into the grocery haul. So when I'm doing the grocery haul, I usually just start setting things out on, you know, the produce side and then the rest of the stuff, and I ran out of room, so I'm carrying it over from this side. I'm just going to walk you around everything. I ended up with some red peppers, which happened to be on sale. They were about 50 cents off each, and so I got one for taco night and one for the bean salad, and then green peppers for the bean salad and taco night, shredded lettuce for tacos. And then also I got some matchstick carrots. This is to go with the roasted broccoli. I'll roast some carrots at the same time. I just mix them together. And then I'll throw this in the veggie spaghetti and sprinkle them in here and there for other recipes because it's just easy to get some more veggies in some recipes with these shredded ones. I still have some zucchini for the fried rice night, but I wanted some for our veggie spaghetti night. So I got 2 more of those. And then I got more of these donut peaches. They are so, so good. I really love these ones. And so I ended up with 4 this week. They were just so tasty. And then 2 loaves of bread, and then I ended up with 2 sushi rolls for just having a sushi night. We actually went out for sushi for lunch today for our date, and so these will actually be for tomorrow night. They'll still be good for tomorrow as well. Everything's cooked, so we don't have to worry about that. So this one's that crawfish roll we really love. It's basically just like a California roll with crawfish over the top, and we watched them make it last week. I had to ask the sushi chef if they had these, and she just made one right in front of us. And they use one of those kitchen torches to kind of smoke up the top of those crawfish, and they are so good. This is just one of our favorite rolls that we've had so far, and they only make it during, you know, crawfish season, which is the summertime. Then just a regular California roll there. And so I needed cheeses for a couple of recipes for this week, so I got the vegan slices for one of those. And then I'm going to try this Go Veggie shredded cheese. I've tried the Dia vegan cheese and it was really terrible. And so I'm hoping this one will be good. I've tried their cream cheese, which is pretty good. And then I also needed some butter. I'm going to be going to a ladies' night this week and I'm bringing brownies. So I'm going to make that best ever brownie recipe. It's one of my most popular videos on this channel. I will link to it. It's just the absolute best brownie recipe, and I have done it with the vegan butter and it's just the same. So I ended up with 2 of those since the brownies do take a lot of butter, and I find that the vegan butter sticks are actually more expensive if you break it down by ounce than this tub. So I will just, you know, set one of these tubs out so it's softened and then I can measure it out myself. I knew it was going to take a lot, so I went ahead and bought 2 tubs. We already ran out of it this last week. We are going to try to make beef jerky at home. I had been buying the beef jerky that they sell at H-E-B. We really like one of the brands, but I'm going to make it at home. I like the homemade one a little bit better, and we're going to see how this breaks down. So this is 1.57 pounds. I do have a scale that I can weigh in ounces. When it's done, I will put it all on the scale and weigh it and see how much it actually yields. So we're going to kind of price it out and see if it's even worth the trouble, because the other beef jerky is really good. I don't exactly know which one's going to be better. It's going to be an experiment. And I do have the beef jerky marinade recipe on my channel as well. I'll link to that. We're going to do chicken wings in the air fryer, but I think I got the wrong ones. I usually get the wingettes and the drumettes. They're the cut up portions of the wing, so I don't have to do any chopping, because I like the ones with the 2 bones, the wingettes, and Johnny likes the ones with the 1 bones, the drumettes. But I ended up with this one, chicken wing portions. I think this is both of the bones together. I might end up getting a pack of the wingettes so that we can split those, and then doing this pack together as a one-night thing, and then save that one for when I get a pack of wingettes. So I just kind of messed up with that. There were a lot of people in the store today, so I just kind of grabbed one and didn't even, you know, really read it carefully. We're gonna do a couple of ground beef recipes, so I needed some extra lean, which is, I think this one's 96, yeah, 96 lean, 4% fat, and it had a 25% off coupon on it, and I also noticed that the 80/20s had it too, so I added meatball subs to our meal plan. I will go ahead and whip up this whole thing, make the batch of meatballs, and freeze them all, and then it can be multiple recipes, so it was a really good deal, $4.96, 25% off. I just happened to grab it when I saw it. So moving over here onto more produce, I ended up with raspberries and strawberries. Olivia's been loving both of those, and I'm kind of burnt out on the strawberries now. And then this was one of my impulse purchases, very cherry plums. I don't know that I've tried these before, but it says a delicious new fruit, part cherry, part plum. So they just look like teeny tiny little plums that I guess taste like cherries, and I love cherries, so I thought I would give that a try. And then some green onions and some cilantro in the bags, some broccoli, 3 things of carrots. We had 2 for this last week, but I made the menu plan stretch. And so I didn't have any carrots for snacking except one time, so I still have a bunch of hummus. I ended up with 3 bags this time so I can snack on some carrots. I wanted to save some to make sure he had some for lunch the last few days of stretching the meal plan out. And lots of avocados and tomatoes for the various Mexican dishes. And I also want to make guacamole, so I got an extra one for me for one day I can make guac for myself. And then some sweet cherries. These were really cheap, less than $2 a pound, which was awesome. Some bananas for now and for later. Some sweet potatoes. It'll probably be 2 side dishes worth, but I got one for each of us. And then black grapes for Johnny, green grapes for Olivia, plenty of jazz apples, and then some lemons. I really love the bean salad, so I got enough that I can make it twice. The bean salad only takes half of a lemon, but I also wanted to make strawberry lemonade for Olivia, and she's been asking for it, so I ended up getting her an extra one. I used half of a lemon to make her strawberry lemonade last week. So now we have extra. I just realized I didn't get out any of the freezer stuff. I had gone to grocery shopping. It took a long time, and I met Johnny for lunch, so I just had time to stick everything in the fridge and freezer, and I got things back out so that I could film it for you guys, but I'll get the freezer stuff out in a minute. We got some ice cream because Johnny wants to show Olivia the magic shell. We go to McDonald's and get just, you know, the chocolate dipped cones every once in a while, and she really likes those, so I thought we would, you know, surprise her and do that at home one night. I only ended up with a couple of freezer things, so I ended up with one of the things of fries. We really like these seasoned fries. Olivia still has some waffle fries. She doesn't like these seasoned ones. And then we also needed corn and then a lasagna. We did end up using those chicken pot pies, one before and one after vacation, and so I will make those again next week. But in the meantime, I got one of these for a night I just don't feel like cooking, and then ice creams to go with the magic shell. I ended up with the mint chip for Johnny and then the vanilla bean for Olivia and I. We still have some Oreos left over from that dirt recipe, so I can put some in with that if I want something extra with the vanilla bean. And then I got some baked tostadas. We're gonna try this out as part of our taco night. It seems like this pack usually lasts us like 1.5 taco nights, and so I got these to go along with that. I thought that'd be a nice little way to change it up. I also got some more applesauce cups. These ones worked really nicely, so we didn't waste any applesauce. She can just have one of these when she wants applesauce. I got beef broth for the poutine recipe, and then this is the cornbread mix that I ended up with, the Martha White yellow cornbread mix. I needed 2 packs for that, and so I just bought 2 of the same kind. Some pinto beans for the tostada night, some diced green chilies to go in the cornbread casserole, and then we've got garbanzo beans, black beans, and olives for the bean salad and also for snacking. I needed more teriyaki sauce for the fried rice. We still have a little bit of the one I got from Trader Joe's, which I think it's called soy yaki, but I just ended up picking up this one because I knew we were going to run out soon. I also needed to replenish a couple of other things. I got some peanut butter and some maple syrup, and also I got some green tea for Johnny, and then a couple of little snacks. I had chips on the menu. I wanted to pick out a healthier bag. I ended up with 2 different kinds of, I don't know, healthier options. These ones that are cooked with olive oil, and then these ones are sweet potatoes. So it says made with sweet potato oil and sea salt, nothing else. But anyway, we're gonna give these both a try. I don't know that we've tried either one of these. And then I also picked this up as an impulse. It is sea salt carrot chips, and Olivia loves carrots, so I think she may like this, and it also says no oil added. I was looking at what's in it. It's carrots and sea salt. So it's just something new that I saw, so I wanted to pick that up so she could try it since she loves carrots. She still tells me carrots are her favorite vegetable. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will not have another grocery haul video for you guys next week. I will put a meal prep video up for you guys. I have been really liking doing meal prep, and so that'll be in lieu of the grocery haul video for you guys next week. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you can follow me along, and I will catch you next time. Have a great start to your week. Thanks for watching. Bye.